What's up, y'all? Us Dirty Rotten people with the Dirty Rotten Truth. So, in all of my conversations with many feminists and many modern day women over these controversial topics, and the pattern that I seem to be noticing is lack of accountability. All right, so we're going to listen here to Olivia Alexa, and she's going to explain to us why modern women lack accountability. So let's see what she has to say about this.
Hi guys, I'm about to dive into a topic that most people stir around because they don't want to ruffle feathers, but I'm not most people. You've seen it, I've seen it, we've all seen it. The dreaded lack of accountability in women. In today's society, we're force-fed this narrative of female empowerment, and I get it to a certain extent, but we are seriously missing the mark when that empowerment is mistaken for entitlement, and accountability is thrown out the window. We're caught up
When empowerment is mistaken for entitlement. I like that. That's interesting. I think she's onto something.
in a world that shields women from accountability, a world that allows, encourages, and even incentivizes them to escape from the consequences of their actions. See, women always like to talk about double standards when it suits them. However, they fail to realize the double standards that are out here that work in their favor. This goes back to childhood. A little girl is raised to be able to get away with more things than a boy. A little girl can lie, get caught in that lie, and be let off the hook way easier than a boy simply because she's a girl. Her punishments will typically
That's probably
be more
true.
lenient than a boy. Boys are raised almost from the start to take accountability, and that is key. This disparity subconsciously teaches little girls a sense of entitlement. This teaches her that she can get away with anything simply because of her gender. They learn to avoid responsibility, thinking that they're like exempt from consequences just because they're females. It's a toxic cycle that's carried into adulthood. The result is a world where too many women think that they can avoid taking responsibility in relationships, jobs, and life in general, all while blaming someone else. This is what's at the cornerstone of female liberation, Me Too, feminism, etc. Always somebody else's mistake, someone else's fault, never their own. And this narrative is so pervasive that it has successfully infected society to its core.
It's popular.
Society has given women an abundance of choices, and the downside is the more choices you tend to have, the less accountability you feel like you have to take because you.
It seems like that's the only opinion that you're allowed to have. It seems like, especially for men, if you disagree with this topic at all, you automatically hate women or you're misogynistic or whatever. It's almost as if men have no voice.